Hello everyone, it's Madi
Madison
with
Spectrum Art.
Spectrum Art indeed. And what have we got on our table? Well, we've got egg cartons. And the reason why is because we have been collecting egg cartons for
A
while, right? About maybe a year. No, maybe 6 months. Anyway, we've amassed quite a few of these. And we love getting these versus the plastic ones because obviously these are recyclable where the plastic containers are not. So we try to be conscientious when it comes to buying our eggs. Now, what have we decided to do with these?
Make flowers.
Make flowers, that's right. We have been playing with the idea and saving them up for a while with the idea of actually making some paper flowers or cardboard flowers. And I think a lot of us have done these when we were young in school, maybe grade school. And today we wanted to go ahead and take a stab at making some of these. So that's what we're going to be making. I did already disassemble one of the boxes just to kind of get us started. But as you can tell, it's fairly easy to cut through them. It's not terribly hard. These are not like the best scissors in the world. They're not even sharp. But of course it will depend on your box, but fairly easy to cut through this way. And we had a couple of ideas. Let's see, we said we were gonna go ahead and we also have the yellow boxes. And so we wanted to see the difference between the yellow and the off-white box and see what we can do. We thought about leaving some of them natural, like meaning in this color, and then trying also to do some with some paint. What did we talked about? We talked about maybe inking, right? Some of them.
Or
spraying them. Or painting them. So we're going to try a few different ways and see what we actually like. But basically what we need to go ahead and do is take these all apart and get them down to this point. This one, for example, and most of them do, they have like this little circle. See that? The imprint. And then what you want to do is you want to cut 5 petals up to that point. So you want to do, and you want to space them about evenly. I mean, just kind of eyeballing them. Again, these are flowers. And flowers are organic, right? They're not all perfect. They're not all symmetric. So, you know, you kind of get an idea for, you know, the spacing here. And look, just real quick, I already got 5 petals. And they're all pretty even. And then, of course, you kind of want to come back and maybe give these a little bit of shape. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and start cutting these apart and making some petals. And then we're going to try, like I said, different techniques on them, different paints, different ideas, you know, some with more paint, some with not. And we'll see how receptive they are to paint too, because I mean, they're like recycled material, I'm pretty sure. And so very easy to kind of break apart. You can see that it doesn't even take scissors. I mean, you can just pull them apart with your hands and it's a really yummy texture. It's almost like homemade paper texture. Which we might do that with some scraps. So, anywho, we're going to continue working on these and pulling these apart, and then we will come back and share with you the results and see how they actually look. Sound good?
Sound perfect.
All right, we'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.
Well, we've had a blast, haven't we, Madison? We have made so many of these cuties. So let's go ahead and share real quick what we've made. Which one do you want to share first? That tray? Okay, just put it down. Thank you. So, what did you do with these here?
Ink them.
You did. For these, you went ahead and used inks. And you want to show us the inks? Oh, okay, thank you. She used just regular ink. And just, what did you do?
On the edges of the flowers.
On the edges, right. So she just basically grabbed them and went around the edges. And then what's in the middle?
A jewel.
A jewel, right. And you went ahead and put matching jewels on each of these. So here's orange and purple and green. And depending on how big, one of the things that we noticed that was kind of neat is you can cut your circles as big as or as small as you'd like, because you can tell that even though these are the same type of box, carton, I should say, the sizes are completely different. You could also, one second, baby, you could also make your petals a little pointer or flatter. Again, remember that these are organic because they're flowers and they don't have to be symmetrical. So these are all the ones with blinks, and then you're showing us these. These are the same. What's the only difference between these? Yeah, so she went through and she put some stickles on these, just to give it a little bit more pop there at the on the edges. And those are very, very cute.
Too.
Very shiny, very cute. So this is, these are the ones with just inks, right? And then some stickles. Okay, and jewels. What else we got? Then these.
Nail polish.
These, yeah, okay, these on this side. Yeah, these are actually made with nail polish. So all she did was she kind of touched the edges, the same thing, utilizing nail polishes. So if you have some old nail polishes that you're no longer using, or you know, that sort of thing, then you can go ahead and use those. That's this one right here. It's like a confetti nail polish, but very cute colors. And so these were kept a little bit simpler, just utilizing that shimmer from the nail polish. So a great way to use your nail polishes, or if you don't have a lot of tools, you can always, you know, reach into your nail polishes and accomplish that. This one we use mica flakes, and all we did was we put hot glue around, and then we just kind of dipped it like this into the container, and it looks almost like a frosted flower. Very cute. It does look like snow has fallen on them. And then these, this showed better on this color. I don't know if it's because we distressed it black, you know, like a soot before, where this one, it doesn't show as much, and it could be because of the yellow too. But we try to create these like faux raindrops, and all that is just hot glue, and then we use some of the permanent ink pad to just kind of, just a touch of blue, you know, to give it that appearance of water. So these turned out really cute too. So then what else did you do? What's the next one?
This is dilutions.
These are dilutions, right? So these are just dilution paints. A couple of pinks. And that's another thing, depending on how you want your bud to close, you can either close it in more like these, or you can leave them open. Again, each of them is completely unique, like a real flower, which is kind of neat. I like these.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that green, that's a cool color. What's that? The
That's the
pesto, is that what it's called? The dilutions pesto, I think.
I don't know.
These two, look at that.
That
See,
one turned out more darker than that one.
right. Well, this one you used more probably of the, oh no, I see why. This one has the base is actually that white color, and this one was the yellow color. So yeah, the colors look completely different. It's the same paint, the same dilutions, but they look completely different. So again, different results and different sizes. Again, same thing. Hang on, this is the orange one. I love how the it actually looks like real petals. The texture on these is really, really good, because again, it really does feel so unique. And these were what? I'm sorry.
Inks.
Yes, these were dilution sprays. Yes, so these were just sprayed on. You can kind of see some of the spraying on the back end. And if you were going to use it on something where it wasn't going to be flat, or if you know, you can always obviously do the back end of these, but these are just quickly sprayed. Just a couple of spritz is all it took to give these some colors. So totally cute. Look at these, and you know, basically virtually free. I mean, honestly, you could leave them totally organic if you wanted to, without anything on them. You could just use some homemade sprays. You could use whatever paint you have. If you have some jewels or bling or pearls, what's that, baby?
You can also, for the flowers, you can also use acrylic paint.
You could, right? Yeah, any kind of paint, even kitty paint, because this stuff is so, it doesn't need to be gessoed or anything. It just really takes on paint easily and quickly. Nail polish, whatever, or just plain, man, just glue. You know, your same hot glue that you're using to go ahead and make, just add a couple of droplets, and look how cute that is. You could also paint them even, you could even do like an edging and then paint it white if you wanted to with some white nail polish or whatever, and then make it look like snow on them.
You know what else you can use?
What's that?
Stays on.
Yeah, that's what we did use on the drops. So let's go ahead and really quickly make one so you guys can see. Madison actually painted this one with, what's this, Madison? periwinkle blue. So she painted this one last night, and I was gonna finish making, and then I realized just real quickly I wanted to show you guys how we got to the end results. The cool thing is they're already cut for you, so you don't actually have to use that, you know, the round tool that we usually typically use to get paper to kind of curl in to make flowers. It's already done. So all that we do is after we paint, and again, when we're painting these layers, we're not really worried about so much the inside because it's going to get covered by the next layer. You do have to worry about the end, the top layer. And again, if you want to, in this case, you did do the back of the blue. Okay, this one she did take care of doing the back. But all you're doing is basically taking the petals after you cut them, and I curl them like this. Just real quickly, I put my finger behind it, and then we just kind of go like this. Yeah, can you do that one, please? And so we have the appearance that these petals are folding outward. And again, this paper's so easy. Thank you. Yes. To work with, because it's just very pliable. It's easy to, and it'll stay like that furled. Look at that. So that one will go in that one. Then, oh, you did one petal. I needed all of them, but okay, that's okay. You can see how quickly, actually, that's good. If I do it, they can see how quickly it is to actually make. Just fold back, fold back. You folded this one already, so that's easy. Okay, and fold back. And then that one's gonna be cupped in there. And then these, I kind of, you know, push them in a little bit to, again, it all depends. How close do you want it? Do you want it more open because you're gonna put something in there? A bling, a pearl, or nothing? You could just leave them empty. Or do you want it more of a closed bud? And you can make some closed, some more open, because they can all look different, right? That's the beauty of a garden. No flower is the same. No two flowers are the same. So then in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and just work with it a little bit, just scrunching it like this until I kind of get the look that I want. Once I got the look that I want, all I'm gonna do is get my hot glue gun and hot glue these petals real quickly. And again, because of the porous surface, it really takes everything in very quick. So you don't have to sit there and wait for a long time. Okay, I think I like that. So now I just bring the hot glue gun. I put some hot glue and I hold just for a few seconds, just until I know it's got some hold, some bite on it. And these are so therapeutic. Not only are they free basically to make, and you know, a great way of recycling, so you could feel good about your art, because art always makes us feel good, right? But this is just an added bonus, the fact that we know that we are not ending up in a landfill, but we're actually making something that we can gift, that we can include in you know, cards, pocket letters, canvases, anything that we make, any project, any mixed media, or just to, you know, put some stems on these. One of the things that I was gonna try, but I didn't, you know, actually do, and I'm thinking maybe about doing it with paper, was to go ahead and insert some stems in here. Utilizing a Q-tip I thought would be cute because it creates that little bud in the center. But, you know, we'll have to try that at a later date and experiment with it. And again, I put some hot glue in there and just holding this down. We're almost all the way around, believe it or not, in just a few seconds. And I'll keep bending these back a little bit. And I think we're done. Did we glue this one? Nope, we didn't. We're missing a little bit of glue on this last petal. Okay, so it looks like that. And again, up to you what look you want to give it, because it's your flower. But the one thing you do want to do is, once you've done that, is to make sure that you do not stagger them evenly this way, petal, you know, because again, we had 5 on each, right? You want to stagger the petals. So all I do is I put a little bit of hot glue in there, kind of eyeball that and just hold. And again, it doesn't take very long. Then do the next layer. And again, let me find an angle where I think that they're pretty staggered. How about, no, not that way. I like this way. All right. And finally, we put in our little center bud. And for that one, I do like to use a little bit more glue just because it's got a smaller surface to adhere to. And then I kind of work my way in like this a little bit. What I'm doing is kind of cupping it a little bit more so it kind of comes in. And it's pretty pliable. Actually, we found yesterday that working with it while it's actually a little bit wet is really nice because when it's damp, it's very, very easy to mold. But as you can tell, see, it just takes a couple of seconds of just kind of working it in there, and voila, we have another really cute little flower. Yes. And that one is ready, and that one's got the back done. So, and that's another one with the dilution paints. So that is as simple as that. Great way to recycle, great way to rebuild your stash, great way to make something that you easily have within, you know, your household, you know, stuff, whether it's nail polish or paint or just, you know, a little bit of glitter, whether it's stickles or just plain old glitter, because you could always, you could just add glue to that and then just kind of even dip it into glitter and it would pick it right up. So we hope that you guys have enjoyed the project. We hope that you actually try it, right? Because they were so much fun. And hey, if you guys have any other ideas as to what other things could be used to make these, or to embellish them, or to give them some pizzazz, by all means share them in the comments, because, you know, not only would we like to actually try it, but I'm sure others that come along and watch the videos later on would enjoy those ideas as well. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.